All right. We're back. We're back. Let's see how this goes. Let's go join up on these guys. Hello. All right, they're not here. Or maybe they are here. Who knows?
Yo, what's up, Bushy?
How you doing, dude?
I don't know. I'm really nervous for this match for some reason.
Oh, dude, I mean, I'm nervous for all the matches.
Does it get easier, like, the more that you play?
I mean, you're a speedrunner. You kind of know, like, you rep it out, and eventually you become comfortable in objectively not comfortable situations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for me, it hasn't gone away.
Okay, well, it's a tiny bit more comforting, because, like, I did a bunch of, like, practice matches, then, like, I got to a real game, and it's nothing like the practice matches, like, at all.
Yeah.
So, the stakes are, like, much higher.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It feels so much different when, like, you know people are watching on Domo's stream.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, nobody's really gonna, like, care.
Yeah.
You know, the outcome. They're gonna forget tomorrow what the outcome of the game was. So
They sure are. That doesn't always make it easier, though.
no, it definitely doesn't. And I wish I could just gaslight myself into believing that, but it's very difficult.
Early games specifically. Early games always really stressful in bingo, no matter what.
I've heard from Tom that he thinks that this season is faster than previous seasons. Would you, like, agree with that?
That's been my experience so far.
Yeah, I think that might be why the early game feels so stressful. It's just because of how, like, consequential your decisions are.
I think that dynamic still played out in previous seasons. I think the total match time is definitely lower, though. But in previous seasons, the early game squares got very, very, very optimized. Whether or not you take certain graces was very up for debate. Super specific routing and pathing was very important. Like, full-on speedrun degeneracy was necessary for a lot of squares early game in previous seasons.
Yeah. Because, I mean, once everyone gets good at the squares, it's about, like, who gets those tiny little edges, right?
Yeah.
So I expect to see the same thing in this season, like, with a couple of squares. Like, we might be seeing, like, you know, for example, people actually, like, utilizing, like, the club, for example, or, you know, like, more things will unfold as the season goes on.
Yeah. I'm 100% sure on that. I imagine racing larval tears later on is going to be hemorrhoid inducing.
Like, if you don't get the correct torrent movement and you get stuck on a rock, you're gonna lose the square.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're there yet. So only a little bit of early game stress.
Yeah. I mean, definitely opening weekend is not nearly as stressful.
Well, in some ways, for sure. It's not nearly as optimized, but also it's also new and shit, you know?
Yeah. For sure.
Are you getting your OBS set up all good?
Yeah. I think I'm already live and everything.
All right,
I'm
perfect.
my stream. We're 2 minutes behind. I'm looking at my chat. They're all coming in, and I'm like, oh, I'm 2 minutes behind. I can't. I've never streamed with delay before, so it's, like, kind of new for me.
Yeah. It's definitely a little awkward, but I've done it 3 times now, and I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
Lionin, thank you for the membership, and Nico, thank you for the tier 1. I did miss a lot of things from the end of last stream, but I guess we'll just take the time right now. Autumn Plains with the Prime, Jagged Bubbles with the 100 bits and the 5 gifted.
All right, I am seeing people live.
Armitage with 100 bits. Rups with the 10 gifted.
Quite have a bingo board ready. And I think Domo will be a few more minutes, then we'll get started.
Loganiri, Lockdown, Rescued Lace, Fireshock, Abagon, Chillis, thank you for the subs. Patty, thank you for the bits, and Walder, thank you for the super chat. I imagine most of the people that did that are not here, but I'm doing my best. All right, I am blue once again. Okay. All right, looks good. Okay, I believe I'm ready.
Looks like we probably both are. Yeah, I'm just going to wait for... I think Domo's going to pull in CBD for commentary, and then he should give the all clear.
All right, dude. Just waiting for Domo to be ready. Taking his sweet time. That's all right. How does bingo work? There's a 5x5 grid of objectives. The goal is to get 5 in a row. If you can't get 5 in a row, the goal is to get 13 or a majority. And now we wait. I am feeling nervous about this one. I hope it doesn't fuck with me too bad. I feel like I actually have expectations for myself now. But that's alright. I'm just here to play the video game. Hopefully well. I wonder if CBD is just... I don't even know what's going on. Maybe they're still in break. Another 30-minute win. I don't think so. 30-minute would be very unlikely. It wasn't supposed to happen last game. It's also not supposed to happen this game. I would not bet on it. No, trust me, you do not want to watch the Broncos. Don't say you want to watch the Broncos. That's there's only disappointment there. The difference between there's no difference between all the classes on this bingo mod. They all have the exact same stuff and exact same stats. Lots of stalling here. I know my first match was Tom. I wasn't nervous about playing Tom because I wasn't supposed to beat him. The fact that I did beat him is a happy accident. Not live on YouTube? Should be. Yeah, it's live. This is my second match of the day. What do you win if you win the tournament? There's a prize pool. I don't know what it is. I'm just here to have fun. Man, what are they doing over there? CBD's having a whole ass dinner.
Alrighty, folks.
There we go.
Kick things off here.
I think I'm good.
I am ready as well.
All right, things look good on my end. That looks good there. Before we start, am I confirming people are on like 6K or not 6K delay, 6K bitrate or less?
Yep.
Correct. I am 6K.
Perfect. Sounds good. All right, I'll move you guys over. Good luck.
Yep. Good luck, Blanxz.
Good luck, Bushy.
All right. Here we go. Fast, fast. It's not exactly fast, but it is a thing. Letters rune is like semi-fast. This is very fast. That's very fast. 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 Ooh, yay. Dragon bosses. Dragon bosses. Florisax. That's interesting. Okay, we want that and that.
And I can also that you're not, then why not? I am Carly.
Okay, before I buy physics stuff, let me try to do some math. We're gonna take that. 38,000.
Wait, well, you're back.
I'm gonna be a little bit short here. Teeny tiny bit short. I guess I'm not short if I do this though, and no whetstone knife. That's a bit awkward.
Goodbye.
But I think it's fine. Let's go make it nighttime. We're rushing Florisax. Do I light the grace? Is that going to be a time save? Sorry, not Florisax. Thalier's concoction, I mean. I have to imagine this grace is time save. Okay. Okay. Wasn't perfectly clean. Oh, that's devastating. Shit. Okay. We make efficiency plays here then. Maybe I pivot off into Blessings of America. All right, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yep, this is fine. I'm gonna talk to him anyway.
Oh, you the town lady let us know the town. My name is I2. So, here's to new big... well, I'm as weak as I've always been. I'm afraid the... Sorry.
If he marks one of these two squares, I just pursue the other immediately. I also don't know exactly where this Blessing America is. I think it's right over this wall. I'm pretty sure. Okay. That's news to me. I thought you could survive that. I'm pretty sure you can survive that. I'm almost 100% sure you can survive that. Okay, you can survive it there. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. This is actually my preference. Completely unironically. I just messed up going for this square. And knew that I would lose the race if I was racing for it. So this is fine. This is good news even.
You're that tarn. I am
Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Thank you. He's probably looking at talismans, potentially. I could have made some talisman efficiency plays, for sure. But for right now, we're just focusing on the concoction. Okay.
Hello, together, many things. Oh, give this. He asked me. So, I have to say it's wonderful. I don't think I'll have to think. You two did. I'll mix up. If you find sleep is that then take this concoct for you for all.
Fuck, that's too early. God damn it. Sorry. I unmarked it. I think it's fine. We'll see. Maybe Blanxz comes in to yell at me and I get fucked. That would be pretty devastating. Or sorry, not Blanxz, Glanz. I'm pretty sure I followed the rules there, though. Okay. We want to get the Ensis progress here. Ensis is the most supplementary value. Why am I getting off the horse? Okay, he runs all the way to Vertigris Discus. Okay, that's one talisman. What did he make the efficiency play with the magma talisman? We're in a talisman race, I think. Fuck, why am I aggro, dude? Damn. Bloodfiend's arm, curse blades, and hanging pot bell bearings is definitely a thing. I need to push these talismans though. Magma talisman is final. I can't imagine he made much synergy play. He just has more map progress than me. Alright, come on. This is gonna be close. Okay. Nope. I'm going bell bearings. Going bell bearings here. Not setting up quite yet.
I am sorry. And come closer.
Fuck. That's the downside of doing that one. I probably should have done the other one first. Okay, we're all good. Make sure to get this grace so that I can come back for Blood Fiends +0. I am setting up a weapon immediately after this. All right, let's hope I hit this. Let's see. Shit. Okay, we go again. I think I have to double jump. Okay. Just do that. Okay, I don't know. I did this once and I got it. I don't know exactly what I did. Didn't practice it enough, obviously. That's okay. It's got to be not a double jump. I don't see how a double jump's gonna make it work. The first one that I did was really close, which was just a sprint jump. Okay. We got it. 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 There we go. Figuring out tech on the fly, dude. I gotta target Florisax next, I think.
You're no match loud, you're...
Please.
Curse Blades is also an option right here. Jesus Christ, I didn't level Dex. I do have the runes for it, but wow. That could have been quite the misstep. I have nothing in the physic. Probably want to go buy shit after killing this guy. But that's a problem for later. I can skip this grace because I'm getting the next one, right? Pretty sure. Okay, he does Blood Fiend's Arm plus. I'm surprised he did that. Because I show Hanging Pot Bell Bearings. I'm surprised he commits time to that. But, okay. Still a good choice. That row 5 was going to cause him problems for sure. He could be chaining that into Curse Blades. It's making me feel tempted to go kill Curse Blades right now. I have to get this grace. He's not going to have progress on Florisax. I'm going to be about a minute behind if he's racing it. I'm probably going to lose that race.
On the front, it would be the full and your. Yeah, now there you will land, devour. I will in the name.
Okay.
What in the far becoming a sin's land but seek fear.
Do I go for it? I think I can go for it. I should have a better grace for it. Now, I don't know exactly where this guy is. He's around here somewhere, isn't he? I don't actually know where he is. Alright, if I can't find him, I'm just gonna pivot off. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know where this curse blade is. It's not over here, right? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever fought this guy. That's alright, that's alright, that's alright. Wow, that shit cost 30k? Jesus Christ, I thought it was 3k.
Well, you're
Alright, I want that. And I want that. And I want that. Okay, want these two. Is RL85 on this board? No. Okay, good enough.
goodbye.
Let's go put her to sleep. Put that and that in there. Motherfucking that and that and that.
Lord, as he decides tonight, like every night, my solace is yours. May it grant you
Come on, please.
in your place beyond time.
Can you stop being an asshole? Alright, he's got the... I've got a lead on the painting rewards. Okay, as soon as I get control... Okay, we're going to get... Scadu progress. He could get access. Is there any reason to go at Gaius's pants is backside? Tree Sentinel Duo is backside. I'm surprised that he didn't kill Moonrathil. I think I'm choosing between Curse Blades and Moonrathil right here. I can get to Curse Blades faster. I'm confident in getting painting, so I'm not too worried about row 1. God, this dog is fucking annoying. Dude, this dog is so fucking annoying. Alright. I should have just gone for the grace. These guys are too much of a problem, and the dog is also a problem. Fuck, dude. Oh. I wish I knew where that curse blade by Pillar Path Waypoint was. Having incidents. I would maybe expect him to be going for Letter Rune. I mean, he's shown priority on it. Okay, there's the Curse Blade Assassins. I am trying to get to Moonrathil as fast as I can here. He's gonna have better graces than me for it. I've got a lead on the dragon stuff. He's got a lead on a lot of the Shadowkeep stuff. I've got a lead on jails too. Although I guess Lamenter's jail is probably not a viable choice for that. How is that too low? I don't understand how that's too low. Okay, let's try again. How do I slip, bro? What? How do I slip there? Oh, too many mistakes. Okay, and then I fuck up the quit out too. Okay, this is fucking. I have no idea how I fuck up that quit out. That's crazy. Oh, I'm gonna want to hit backside eventually. It doesn't seem like he's going for Moonrathil. I would have thought he would have got it by now. Am I gonna try this one more time? This really is not that hard. Okay, there we go. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Do I hit backside next? I think I hit backside next. We actually want this Grace for Bonnie jail. Okay, he hit backside. That's surprising. Unless he did the skip. I need O Mother anyway. He's right next to Tree Sentinel Duo. He might be... I mean, he might be pushing these painting rewards. I've wasted a lot of time here. I'm surprised that he's pushing endgame as much as he is. I don't think he's going to win painting rewards off me. He could have chained... He could have chained the Blood Fiend's arm into the first painting, but I'm really far ahead on the other painting. I mean, he's in Shadowkeep to collect it, I guess, but... I'm trying to decide how much synergy I go for. Because I'm not going to go for Tree Sentinel Duo, at least not anytime soon. If he holds on to it, I'd honestly kind of be happy to see him mark it, see him spend his time doing that right now. But I guess there's a little bit of an either-or situation playing out here. I can develop both. I can get mutual progress towards both. And see what he marks. I'm not going to get a whole lot of information to know what he's going for. If I see Letter Rune, I can bet paintings. That's what I can do. Alright, time to lock the fuck in, boys. Fucking Scadu is right there. I really should be picking that up. But he already went Gaius. He's getting that Scadu square. I don't have to worry about it. Good. Good. Okay, do I go for Letter Rune Synergy? Yes. I already have... Yes. 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 Yes, I do.
brazen to you, presume I must uphold then, and surely. But for the impaled in revenge, how could I revenge?
Okay.
I am Leda, but you two, then you must. But while I might no wait, I can wield. I should have thought. Right, those are us. The horn on one hand, with the enchant on the other hand. Perhaps you can allow me some time.
Okay.
Allow.
Do I have to rest? What do I have to do here? I thought quit out was gonna work. You're gonna make me port?
Allow.
Okay, I think you're gonna make me port. I don't actually know the exact mechanics. What do I have to fucking do? Do you actually need time? What the fuck is this? Do I need to go talk to Hornsent again?
Think lest you.
Please?
It took me, I believe it. If he were to vengeance and one kindly, even if it is lineage.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Expected. That is expected right there. Okay, and then we need to go in on this one. Assist Hornsent.
Worthy Hornsent, I will dispose of you before your thirst for revenge beckons. You no longer trust your word.
In the end, I knew this day would come. The nature of your kind, I am certain, will always show itself. Give it time. Interfere not with my business. Zelen, what could your purpose possibly be? I do not recollect begging for help. Do not interfere. This is my revenge.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, land. Efficiency for... I believe I go efficiency. Like, what's the likelihood that he's rushing paintings? It can't be that high. Maybe he already picked up a painting on his Bloodfiend's arm line. Maybe. But he still has to kill Ancient Dragon Man. Okay. Then I go here. I mean, this amount of efficiency might bite me in the ass, but I'm fairly confident that I have the lead to do the efficiency plays. Especially considering the fact that he went for level 10 Scadu. I'm not even convinced he's going for paintings. But if he is, I think I'm gonna snipe him on a very close race. And then have lead on several other squares. We make sure to get the jail grace. Because like I said, we're making efficiency choices here. All right, now we're running out. I think best case scenario, he's going for painting rewards right here, because I'm pretty sure I'm ahead on it. Okay, he's not even going for painting rewards. Okay. Let's go get the grace. Let's go get the grace as we formulate a plan. Hand-to-hand only. Death Knight and Chief Bloodfiend are all on board. Jails are also there. We need to clean up some of those early game squares. He is giving me full purchase on these dragon squares. which means paintings, dragons, and ale. We need to win some of these competitive squares. So the question is, which ones? Death Knight is kind of long. Chief Bloodfiend is not as long. I've got a little bit of a strat, I think. Yes, I have a strat that will get us either the Death Knight or the Chief Bloodfiend, if not both. Yes, I like my plan. All right. Get off, please. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna wrap to this dilapidated town over here. I don't want to show him that I was working on paintings. I want to maybe make him start believing that he can go for dragon stuff. Get him to waste his time. Because he's obviously not going for paintings. I think if I mark some of these early game squares, he might start saying like, oh shit, I'm gonna go for this paintings idea. Since Bushy doesn't seem to be respecting it. I have to tell that story first, though. I have to formulate that lie. Okay. So yeah, like I said, this progresses both towards a Death Knight and the Blood Fiend. Which, granted, I'm not convinced this is actually a good idea. I wonder if you can drop down to the left here and do the other Death Knight. Because I'm pretty sure running from the front... Okay, he goes hand-to-hand only. Okay. He has big lead on Giant Hand. He could just go make a frenzy play here, but he still needs, if he makes a frenzy play, he still needs one other square. So if he gets Giant Hand, I probably need to keep... Yeah, seeing how long this running section was, this was not the move. But if he gets Giant Hand, I need to consider the possibility that he's going Midra. I end up in a bit of an awkward pinch. I'm almost at the point where I need to guess what he's doing. Okay, I have never dropped down right here. There they are. There it is. Ow. Get the fuck out of this, dude. Dude, hello? I can't fucking see anything. Stupid, 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 and greedy. Why am I being so greedy? Damn. Too many incidents. Fuck. Dude, I can't fucking see anything. I mean, he could be going for dragon stuff right now. What's the likelihood? I feel like low. I probably do need to clean up paintings at some point, though. If he doesn't mark a square before I get this Death Knight, then I go clean up paintings. If he snipes Death Knight here. Shit. Okay, we're good. If he snipes Death Knight, I Memory of Grace out. If he does anything else, I keep playing. If he marks the giant hand, my next move is to go Frenzy. Oh, I messed up. I messed up this routing. Oh my god. I did not know how much this was going to bully him. He went paintings. Good. GG, dude. I mean, my read was like... My read wasn't super far off, to be honest. I was going paintings immediately after this. Which I don't... Ow. Which... Yeah, I can't be too mad about that. I mean, realistically, I'm like... From... like 30 minutes out, I get timing like within a couple minutes. I mean, that's pretty good. That's very good. So yeah, I mean, I'm not even that mad. Makes no sense not to. Yes, it does. Just because it doesn't work out doesn't mean that it doesn't make sense. Chat has a very terrible, terrible habit of being very results oriented. If I die one less time, then I end up sniping a fuck ton of time off him and get advantage on a bunch of other squares. Like the plan makes sense. The plan makes sense, and the timing in my head is very, very, very close to accurate. So I'm happy with the performance there. I'm not going to be results oriented because that's not useful. because if I mark the square earlier and Blanxz doesn't spend any time on it, then where am I making my time up? I'm behind. I need to make time up somewhere, right? That's something that gets lost on viewers a lot of the time, I think. But if you're losing, you need to make your opponent waste time. It's not like it would be nice if they waste time. No. Like, you need to make them waste time.
Bushy, welcome in, man. GG's, dude. GG's.
GG's, Bushy.
GG's. For what it's worth, I was doing painting rewards immediately after I got the Death Knight. So my sense of timing was a little off, but not that far off.
So I'm assuming after the Death Knight, we're going to finish paintings. Is that the aim?
Yep.
Yeah, we were kind of curious, I guess, on the timing of, because you were holding on to that for quite a while, and I think like rightfully so at the beginning, right? Because the assumption that Blanxz would not go for paintings because you already showed, you know, access to the southern, you know, region of the map with floor sacks, that he wouldn't go for paintings right away, I think was definitely the right call. But yeah, just like the holding on to it was definitely nerve-wracking to watch at the very least.
I agree. I ended up being like within a minute from like a play that I was making like from 30 minutes out. So like my read on the timing was really not that far off had I like not died to Chief Bloodfiend.
Yeah.
Like that probably works out in my favor, but you know, like it just didn't.
I'm not sure if your death had much to do with it, because Blanxz was going towards Chief Bloodfiend when you eventually got him. So
yeah.
I feel like maybe Blanxz could have, you know, shifted if you got before that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But any number of routing mistakes, like the way that I got to Chief Bloodfiend was also kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Bushy,
Well,
can I?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. Bushy, can I just ask a little quick summary of how you felt when I started putting pressure on Shadowkeep? I'm trying to learn from other players because I'm struggling myself with like when players have more map access over me. I just want to kind of get a little insight on how your first 25 minutes went, because you did have that threatening row 5. So I just want to hear like what your thought process was as I was marking squares in that Shadowkeep access of the map, or part of the map.
Well, I was having a lot of incidents this game. But as soon as I saw you mark Golden Hippo, I started considering how much I liked going backside, because I knew otherwise I'd be chasing you on front side. And that obviously doesn't feel great. And then as soon as you, like, I really did not progress backside, like, pretty much at all. I didn't get to Shadowkeep at all. I determined, well, that's actually not true. I did walk through backside, but I didn't, like, go up Shadowkeep. And, yeah, I mean, I kind of determined, like, all right, he's gonna get Tree Sentinel, and he's gonna get Gaius, and he's got priority on, Finger Ruins. And I kind of just like forfeited it more or less, and tried to find a different win condition, because I didn't think that was like a reasonable path forward. And for what it's worth, I think I did find something that was at least close to a reasonable path forward. But of course, once I'm in that position after the early game, I wasted a lot of time on skill issues. After the early game, there's like only desperation options left, and I am happy with the desperation option that I found, and if it works out a little bit differently, it might end up being a close game.
I think if you were able to block the paintings, I think you definitely had a way back into this game. I don't think it was over. I think it was a lot closer than it looked, for sure. Yeah,
I mean, I had one painting completed, and I had the peak mountain.
I figured.
Grace.
Yeah, I figured you were working on that.
Yeah, and I was sitting on that for like. I got that done before Chief Bloodfiend, and I was just about to kill Death Knight.
Okay, gotcha. So maybe if you like were able to kill Death Knight a bit quicker, you could have maybe blocked that out.
Yeah.
Then that would put that to 8 to 11.
I was curious if in this case Bushy would have gotten painting rewards, what were the other 3 squares that you're possibly considering to reach that 13 square majority?
Yeah, I mean, so I kind of had in the back of my mind that he was going to block with paintings. I kind of like had a feeling he was going to do that. So I started progressing up the mountain, because there is still dragon bosses, Bale. I got progress, a little bit of progress. I got Castle Watering Hole for Age 1 plus Midra. I figured that like Death Knight was a little bit too far out of the way to do as like a single square. I also had set up Ballarat Jail when I got the first painting, so I had a lot of like backup plans. But I was probably gonna go for hand because I had the Grace right there. Work on the dragons, maybe go for Egon, and if those don't work out, go for jails into like H1 or like Mitra.
Yeah, I would have guessed wrong. If you marked hand, I was gonna immediately assume you were going for frenzy stuff. But like,
okay,
if you mark hand, it's actually just full on guessing game for me at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my alternative plan if you were to mark the hand.
I did not want to do hand, so I didn't do hand.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's interesting. A hand
On
is
10
like,
Scotty, it's not bad. But
yeah. Hand can be pretty menacing, but also like it's kind of free if you have hinterland access. Compared to the other opponent, you can kind of just like hold on to that, which I think was the right play anyways, for Blanxz showcasing Tree Sentinel Duo and just be like, I'm not gonna go for hand right now. I'm just gonna have that in my back pocket for the late game. For Dragon, I think Dragon Bosses was going to be, if anything, the next square, but from the sounds of it, not really, I guess, because I don't know. It seemed both of you guys had access to Dragon Bosses, but kind of, I guess because it's 3, it just takes a little too long. Is that part of the thought process there?
Well, if I had gotten the Death Knight and then gotten painting rewards, and Blanxz didn't show anything, I was gonna go kill the duo, the dragon duo, for the sake of progressing dragon bosses and Bale while summoning Igon, and then I would target Bale while summoning Igon, and then I'd go clean up a dragon. I was only going to change that plan if he showed Giant Hand, and then I would be going for frenzy stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it was more like, okay, if he blocks me on paintings, I'm gonna respect the dragons and just do something else. I didn't want to contest on dragons.
That's fair. I think that's super fair. It's just also the interesting part, obviously, where you have, 2 synergies between Dragon Bosses and Bale, and then you have, the 2 synergies between Exaltation and Midra. So at some point, you kind of have to pick a path, for the late game. So it's just interesting to hear which ones you kind of like are preferring. Like, am I going to lean into actually going into Abyssal Woods and having to deal with Jory on top of that, or am I going to deal with Bale and the 3 dragons? So yeah, but that was overall a fantastic match. I think it was a great showcase.
One thing that I wanted to ask Blanxz
go for it.
was what happened with the elevator incident?
The elevator incident? Yeah, so
by Hippo.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for Leader Rune, and then I'm like, oh, it's the Grace before Hippo. And then I realized, oh, it's the storehouse like floor 1, not the one before Hippo. So I just forgot like which elevator was the one. I would have gotten sniped anyway, but
probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, we were watching it, and I was like, why is he taking the elevator back up? And then as soon as you got on the elevator, I'm like, oh no, does he think that this leads to Letta? And then as soon as it goes down, you just see like the outside of the castle, and you're like, oh no. And I'm like, oh no, he does think this is Letta.
Yeah,
that was kind of amusing, but yeah, that was an interesting call from both of you guys going for Letta Rune at that time, exact time actually too, because you both started talking at Hornsent the exact same time.
Really?
As well.
Okay, cool.
From my perspective, it was like, okay, I know I need a block with paintings. I know I'm ahead on Jagged Peak. I can definitely get away with doing efficiency shit here. If Blanxz is trying to snipe me on paintings, then I'm gonna be able to spend this time when he's making up what I already have progress on, like killing Ancient Dragon Man and running over there.
Right.
Yeah, which makes sense. For sure. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it on my end. Sibi, do you have any other questions for the players?
I got nothing.
All right, players. Thank you so much for playing today. I really appreciate it. Blanxz, thanks so much for playing. GG's again to you. And Bushy, thanks for playing 3 matches this weekend. Being a trooper in that regard. GG's to you as well, man. And thank you so much for your time, guys. I'll see you guys next week. I think Bushy does not play next week.
That is right.
But Blanxz, I will see you next week. Best of luck and practice matches, guys. And I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, all right?
Thank you, Domo.
Yeah.
Lovely day, guys.
No
See
problem.
ya.
No problem.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Now, I'm not going to read the chat comments, because if I do, I'm probably just going to get mad at the 3 head takes. But let me break it down. I will break it down and explain why I am 100% sure what I did was reasonable. And why thinking that it's unreasonable is strictly results-based thinking. And therefore not useful. Okay. So, if you care to listen, this is why what I did was my way back into the game. Paintings is unmarked. It is 10-7, okay? I mean, hell, let's go back to Bloodfiend being unmarked. And we're looking at 10-6. I know at that point, based off of the story that he's told with the squares that he marked, that he does not have Ancient Dragon Man dead. I know that 100%. So if he wants to go for paintings, he's going to need to spend like about 15 or so minutes developing all of this progress on this painting square that I already have. So I have time. So there's two options here. He goes for squares that are contestable, or he goes for the painting reward snipe, the painting reward bingo line. Those are the two options. In either scenario, I want to be going for contestable squares first. If he's going for contestable squares, why the hell am I spending time finishing up painting rewards when I could be spending time getting other squares that I am going to need and just finish up painting rewards later when the time is less valuable? This is another concept that can maybe be helpful to evaluating if you're interested at all. The time earlier in the bingo matches is more valuable than the time later in the bingo matches because you can do more with the time earlier in the bingo matches. You have more options and you have more capability earlier on. So if you have the option to spend early game time to do something versus spend late game time to do the same thing, you should always choose to spend late game time doing it. Always. Just principally. So even with that said, arguably I should just light the grace before light the one grace before the one that I lit at the top of Jagged Peak for that exact same rationale. The reason why I didn't do that at that point was because I wasn't entirely sure what my play was. At that point, I knew I wasn't finishing painting rewards, but I didn't know what I was going to do in the meantime, so I filled my time doing something useful, even if it wasn't the most optimally useful thing at the time. Okay? Now, going back. When it's 6 to 10, and Chief Bloodfiend is unmarked, painting rewards is unmarked. If he's going for those contestable squares, I want to contest them. And as you can see, it worked out. I went for Chief Bloodfiend, he went for Chief Bloodfiend. I made him waste time because I went for the square that he was going for, which is exactly what I need to do. I'm behind. I need to make him waste time. So perfect. Accurate choice. Then it's 10-7, painting rewards unmarked, Death Knight unmarked. At that point, I decide to go for the Death Knight. And as we can see, even with like my several execution mistakes, I end up being within about a minute. Like you could hear as I was talking through it, I was beginning to get an understanding like, okay, I'm going for this Death Knight. If I mark it and Blanxz doesn't show anything, I finish up paintings. That's literally a sentence that I said because I understood that he was no longer giving me information and telling me a story, and he could therefore be going for the paintings, right? That's the whole idea. If he had, say, marked the giant hand, and then I mark Death Knight, I'm not going to go finish paintings at that point because I know he's not going for it, right? And you may be asking, okay, how exactly does that get you value? Good question. Good question. And this is the really important part. This is the part that I think most people miss. So if you find yourself disagreeing with me, please listen to this part, okay? If I can mark painting rewards and make him spend 15 minutes going for painting rewards, that is better than me marking painting rewards when he spends 0 minutes going for painting rewards. And when I'm down like this, the objectively greedy play, I understand it's objectively greedy play, but that's exactly how you're supposed to do it when you're behind. You need to play optimistically and play for your win conditions when you're behind. This is not something that I would do if I was winning, because it's like, okay, you're just opening up a chance for you to lose. Why would you open up a chance for you to lose when you're winning? It doesn't make any sense. But when you're losing, making an objectively greedy play like that is exactly how you get back into the game. That is precisely how you do it, which is why I'm not mad at myself for the call that I made. I'm actually really, really proud and happy of myself because I made the right call. My timing was just a little bit off, mostly due to execution errors on my part. Mostly. And so if I clean those up, my strategic call ends up looking pretty damn good, right? If I clean those up and Blanxz ends up spending all that time to get those painting rewards and I still get it off him, the narrative here is not, oh my god, Bushy, you're so greedy. The narrative here is, oh my god, how does he know? That's what it is, right? Which demonstrates exactly why it's results-based thinking. It's the same choice either way. It's the same choice either way. If it works out, I'm genius. If it works out, I'm an idiot. Or if it doesn't work out, I'm an idiot, right? But that's the exact kind of polarization that you want on your choices when you're losing. So again, that's why I'm sure I made the right choice. Hopefully that explains it well and you guys aren't concerned about it. He's tilting anyway without looking at chat. Man, that has got to be the most calm and reasoned tilt of all time, huh? If you say so, buddy. He was just going for paintings a few minutes too late. It was not a few minutes too late. Like, okay, he marks paintings. I kill that guy probably within like 10 seconds. And then let's just get out of this catacomb. Let's get out of this catacomb and see how long it takes me to go get this painting, because it's pretty much the time that it takes me to teleport and run over to the painting, which is going to be like a minute. And again, being off by a minute on that kind of play is good. That's really good. That's incredibly good. I'm genuinely shocked. Okay, what do we I don't have a timer running. All right, fuck it, I'm just gonna count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. God damn it, where is this thing? Hold on. Let's assume I'm actually doing correct routing. 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I'm just trusting Domo here. I think Domo's lying. Oh, can you just climb up this? Oh, look at that. 17, 18, 19. All right, let's assume this is like 30 seconds to run here. I feel like that's generous. And then this sits probably for like another 15 or so, which again, I think is an overestimate. Teleport takes 10 seconds. Killing the boss takes 10 seconds. Like, yeah, we're talking about like a minute difference here. So yeah, I mean, being off by a minute when I have like 10 games of bingo played. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. That's really good. I don't feel bad about that at all. So hopefully that explains the rationale to anybody that's actually curious about understanding. I understand there's a good likelihood that some of you probably don't care about understanding and are just here to say my streamer good, you streamer bad. I just feel like for how much time passed, Blanxz was eventually going to realize he's being baited and just say F it and go for paintings. Okay, I must have like not explained... I must have not explained the point here very well. We want him to go for paintings. That's the whole point. The objective is to get him to go for paintings. The fact that I am only a minute behind him demonstrates that my sense of timing there is pretty damn good. That means that I did things correctly. When you're losing, you're obviously supposed to lose. So if I make a choice that gives me a decent chance of winning when I'm losing, then that's good. That's a net positive play. That's a high percentage play. You get what I mean? Here's another way to think about bingo. All else being equal, which it never is, but all else being equal, the person that's going to win is the person that spends less time on squares that they don't claim. Do you get what I mean by that? If I spend 10 minutes going for squares that my opponent claims, and my opponent spends 20 minutes going for squares that I claim over the course of the match, all else being equal, I'm going to win because I have less wasted time. Again, not all else is always equal. But this is another principle to think about. If you want to gain further advantage, your objective should be to get your opponent to waste as much time as possible. Or that should be one of your objectives. And the strategy that I'm describing is the exact way that you go about doing that. The real problem of this game was my early game. I was nervous. Was there any argument for progressing the dragon squares going to paintings if he didn't show anything, then clean up dragons after? Would net 3 squares to his 1. He would have gotten Bloodfiend Chief. At that point, I'm trying to guess what he's going for. D's. There's valid reasoning for dragons. There's valid reasoning for Blood Fiends. There's valid reasoning for Death Knight. Like, when you're guessing, there's valid reasoning for everything. Because if you're in blank shoes and you know your objective is to do the things that I'm not doing so that you don't get sniped, you could say, okay, I'm going to go for the longest squares because he's not going to go for the longest squares because that's stupid. Or I'm going to go for the shortest squares because he's going to think that I'm not going to go for the shortest squares because that seems like the obvious choice. Or I'm going to go for the middle length squares because that's the least obvious of all the... Like, there's valid reasoning for everything. So when it comes down to guessing, I don't get too held up on it. When you're losing and it's guess time, make a guess and stick to it. Right? Use the information you have at your disposal, but at the end of the day, you're gonna need to guess correctly. And there's not much of a point in like psychoanalyzing it. If you don't have Bell Bearings incident, Bloodfiend incident, Finding Curse Blade incident, Letta incident, then this can be perfectly executed. Yeah, I mean the early game got really shaped by it. I can flip the Curse Blade square And that obviously completely removes the whole painting dynamic if I flip the Curse Blade square. I can flip... I could theoretically have enough extra time to win hand-to-hand, because I wasted a lot of time on bell bearings. I wasted a lot of time... Let's go back through. I did Thalier's Concoction, didn't waste time. Talismans, didn't waste time. I wasted a lot of time doing bell bearings, early game time doing bell bearings, which is not good. And then I went to go put Floor Sacks to sleep. I wasted a lot of time doing Moonrathil. And if I don't have that much wasted time, I can reasonably compete on Curse Blade Assassins. Like, if I don't waste time on the bell bearings, I am a couple minutes ahead of where I was in the game, so getting Curse Blades is pretty damn reasonable. If I don't waste time on Moonrathil, I'm a couple minutes ahead of where I was in the actual game. At that point, he was going for Gaius and Tree Sentinel Duo and level 10 Scadu, which I was not competing on anyway. But this boss with hand-to-hand only is definitely a square that I could have flipped with better execution, without a doubt. So that's and if I end up flipping those squares, painting rewards is not going to be rushed at that point, so we're probably looking at like let's say I flip these two squares purely off of like correcting execution errors. We're looking, and paintings is unmarked, Blood Fiend is unmarked. So we're looking at 8 to 8 if that happens in that way. And if it's 8 to 8, he doesn't have this bingo threat. I have lead on at that point I would have lead on paintings, Bale, dragon bosses. We'd be tied for progression on this stuff. Blood Fiend would be unmarked, Death Knight would be unmarked, and we both would not have progress towards it. I would have, well, I wouldn't have progress towards jails either. But yeah, I mean, the game's in the balance right there, 8 to 8, and we are trading blows for what we have advantage on. I'm in that circumstance. I'm not in a position where I need to be making desperation plays, but that's not the circumstance that I ended up in, right? You gotta play the board. You can't play what should be the board, right? And given my early game mistakes, I think I made pretty damn good decisions. I shouldn't have wrapped in this direction. That was pretty pointless. Should have just done this skip. But yeah, I mean, other than that and like execution mistakes that I had in there, like running through the catacombs and wrapping, like my end game got pretty good there. Like after Moonrathil, I think my decision making was very, very, very strong. I arguably underrated backside Shadowkeep. But again, maybe if I don't have execution errors in the opening, I'm in a position to actually contest backside Shadowkeep instead of like going for Curse Blades, for example. So yeah, I mean, I'm not mad about how I played. I'm actually really happy about how I played. I would not change a whole lot of strategic choices that I made there. Execution errors, yeah. Certainly. All right. That is all I've got for the night. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let's go see who's streaming. Hopefully y'all understand. Oh, my boy Swetsicle. He's about to play Sekiro. I met Swetsicle at TwitchCon. Got along really well with him. He's a cool guy. He's a Destiny guy, trying to get into like FromSoft stuff. Prolonging the game when you're far behind does nothing. You need to play to win in that position, not play just to not lose. I don't know what point you're making here, but yes, I was describing the literal exact same thing. I'm assuming you probably just didn't understand. Or maybe you're talking to someone else. I don't really know. Yeah, go show Swetsicle some love. I will see you guys later.